Hey guys, welcome back to channel. This is Castle Bat, and we play as Bat, as I said last time. Before we come to the actual topic of this video, I want to touch base on one of the aspects of World Cup quickly. I know you guys must be going through the stages or the matches of World Cup and all. Uh, and this is not an unknown thing. Yes, I mean cavalry these days are doing a lot good than any other troops. I would like to repeat myself based on the latest reports that I've been seeing. Cavalry and archer balancing the stats out there will help you actually defend the buildings in World Cup a lot better, and also you can also your rallies will do a good deal about it. I mean, they will win in most of the cases, and also it's very important to make sure that the march that you send has a very good formation, right? Adding a lot of attack troops with like infantry attack and cavalry attack and siege attack. Well, your stats are limited, right? So or are set on a very specific troop type. So don't do that. I've seen people doing a that like 10, 12 type of troops being sent, and then the rally, like three rallies on a building, just fail. So I don't recommend it. If you're doing with a cavalry and archer attack, I'll go heavy on archer and cavalry, put T12 and possibly T10 in your marches, and then put some infantry for defense. That's what I'll say. Put some T3 T13 troops as well, but I'll go heavy. I'll say go heavy on T12 and keep healing the troops because those troops are required while you keep uh, doing the attacks and all in the World Cup. Anyways, that's a small, short thing around the World Cup. Let's talk about the current topic. So, okay, guys, so today we're going to talk about one of the aspects, which is offensive damage and offensive damage reduction. Very important stuff. I mean, and keep in mind that it's not like you have an archer attack of 884 right now, and then having an offensive attack or damage of 88 will add to the attack. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't go with addition, it goes with multiplication. Like how much of a offensive damage you have and how much of offensive damage reduction that you have, uh, the same will be judged in terms of how the defensive damage of a player and defensive damage reduction of the player will be, and then the stats will be multiplied and you'll get so many hits around it, right? So it's important to have a high offensive damage and a high offensive damage reduction if you are going to attack a castle or a building. Or so let's see how we can actually increase those stats. So we'll talk about offensive damage first. Seems like the maximum you can go to is 187 percentage. Maybe some of the stuff has increased more, but I think we'll cover a lot of stuff in this. Let's walk through this table, and then we'll also see how we can do the same thing in the game. So seems like Archangel helmet will give you 10.8%. Then on top of it, you can use this 8% equipment buff, which comes in to 14%. You can do the ancestral spirit research to 90%. That's a lot, right? And then equipment research buff will give you 1% extra. That's good. Skyfall gives you 25 percentage. So that's a dragon word you can use. Level 38 dragon glass gives you 23.25 offensive damage. So I think that's useful. Then you have the level 48 Warhammer, the hero that you can use. And if you purify the stats of that hero, so I think two you get in the skills, and nine you can add more to the uh, using the purification of the hero stats. So that's one thing. Then you have Queen's leather boots 5 percentage and Queen's ring 5 percentage. So you can that's how you can increase your attack around the offensive damage. And keep in mind, I mean, these stats are there, but then if you focus only on offensive damage, you are going to uh, lose some of your attack because you're wearing the queen's leather boot and queen's ring. Maybe that will take away from the archangel armor and all. So we got to balance it out. These are the options by which you can increase it. It's not a must that you go for all the options here or all the settings here. You can pick and choose, and what you can do is go for it, right? So that's the offensive damage. Let's see the offensive damage reduction. Yeah. So here again, the Archangel helmet gives you 10.8 percentage. So there's a helmet which gives you the offensive damage reduction. I think the same guy gives you the damage also. So you'll pick and choose what you want to go for. Uh, then you have the Archangel set bonus, 6.5 percentage. We'll see that in a bit. Then you have Ancestral Spirit Research, 20%. That's nice. Godslayer gives you 30%. Again, I mean, if you go for offensive damage reduction, then you are basically moving from Skyfall to the Godslayer Dragon Word. But up to you, right? I would always recommend to balance things out, right? Keep it that your just not attack is high or defense is high. You have stats which are balanced, and your attack, HP, defense, and offensive damage as much as you can balance. I will suggest that. But yeah, try it out and let us know if that how that suggestion works out for you guys. We are going to try that out, and we try that in the attacks that we do to learn from these balance attacks and all, balance stats and all. Okay, moving on. So level 30A Dragon Class again 23.25, and then the Warhammer can give you 11% more. So seems like offensive damage reduction can go as high as 119 percentage. So that's cool. Now let's actually go into the game and look into these aspects. We'll cover the offensive damage first, and then we will talk about the offensive damage reduction in the game itself. All right. So if I check out my equipment first, I think it said Archangel helmet. Let's go and check it out. So going to go for quality gold and then helmet. Right. And this helmet, if you see, it gives me an offensive damage. So again, I mean, this is no way a maxed out castle in all ways, right? But you could have three of those offensive damage, and that's the highest you can get. So if you do three of those, so it makes it like you can do that, and you can also do on the. I mean, one you can wear on the hero, and the other one you can wear on the lord. So that gives you a lot of uh, offensive damage stats. So you can do the same thing on offensive damage as well as, or you could wear the offensive damage reduction here. So reforge and see what you can get. So both options are available: offensive damage and offensive damage reduction. So that's one. Now next is your ancestral spirit. So you have these four signs, right? In each of these four sciences, you actually can do the slaughter study, right? In the slaughter study, you will actually get offensive damage reduction, two of them. So 2.5 here, 2.5 total 5, and then you have the offensive damage as 2.5 here. The same thing if I go to Yamato, I think it will give you the same offensive damage reduction 2.5, 2.5, and then you have the offensive damage as 2.5 percentage. Same, I believe, it will go for Vikings, right? Yeah, same thing. And then you have Dragon Bond, which is again the same thing. So in total, you're getting 20% straight away for the offensive damage reduction here, and offensive damage, I think 22.5 each side, so makes it 10% here. Let's see more. Okay, and let's start from the Dragonborn. So if you go to Dragonborn and go to the inside here, we see offensive damage, and I think the offensive damage can go as good as 16 percentage. So that's a lot. And let's see, I think the last one also gives you offensive damage here. So that again is 8 percentage. So 16, if I remember correctly, right? 16% plus 8, 24% here. Nice. Go to Viking. I think Viking also gives you offensive damage, again 16% max. and offensive damage here also, which is 8%, is to 24% here again. Then you have Yamato. Yamato gives you offensive damage and again offensive damage too. So same stuff here, 24% again. And then on the last you have Hoxia. I think there uh, you get only 8% if I remember it correctly. Yeah, because there it in this science only you get the defensive damage and that can go to as much as 16%. But I think we covered that in a different video. So offensive damage from Huxia you only get like 8% here. So that's a lot of. I know it's expensive to do all these studies, and we have done some of it, not all. But well, what is possible here is what we are uh, providing the information here. Okay, so that's the second thing. Now let's quickly check out the dragon word. Here, if I go to dragon word, then in the dragon word we have two dragon word. One is your skyfall. The skyfall gives you offensive damage 25%, and then 22% offensive damage reduction. You can go with that. I normally choose this uh, uh, in my normal attacks and all. I wish there was a dragon word which increases my cavalry attack, just like they have 30% extra archer attack, but I'm yet to study that part. Anyhow, and then you can also see choose the the God Slayer one, which gives you offensive damage of 20%. Reduction is 30% here. It's a bit more. So you could choose that. That's the three things you can do for increasing your offensive damage and offensive damage reduction. Okay, let's see more. So we covered the dragon word. Let's look at the dragon class, the Warhammer Hero. I think that should cover uh, your dragon. Sorry, offensive damage reduction. We'll talk about an Archangel set bonus also in a minute. So let's go back to game again. Okay, so talking about the Archangel set, I think if you wear the whole set, you get this. Not the whole set, I think. I'm sorry. Even if you have two items of it, you get 6.5 offensive damage reduction. So you can get that on the hero and also on the Lord. So that's one thing. Let's quickly check the dragon class now. So in the dragon class, you will yeah. So dragon class you can purify again. So let's go and purify the dragon class. Uh, I mean, I think you can purify both the 38 level 38 and 28 level 38 for. I will choose level 38 for offensive, 28 for defensive. So if I see the max I can go for the offensive damage is 27 percentage. But as the table says, I mean, it doesn't give you that high. 23 or something, or likewise, you get that. And the same thing goes for your purification around defensive damage here. So defensive damage 21 percentage. Well, it won't. Uh, yeah, defensive damage taken, defensive damage 24. Yeah, so it won't give you as high as that. I mean, think about 18 or 17 percentage here. So that's one. Okay, and quickly let's check out the hero. I think the Warhammer hero gives us some benefits around uh, the damage. So here now here if I go to the Warhammer hero, which is this, here we can see the special attributes that can give you offensive damage and both offensive damage reduction. Let's see. Yeah, these are the last. So you could have actually three of them, and that will make it to 9% each. And then also in the attribute, the talent section, if you go, you actually have uh, increase offensive damage here, and then reduction can be increased here, and then you can increase offensive damage taken again, and increase offensive damage. So 2% again here for both. So that's good. That's one thing. Let's see the one more thing, right? Let's quickly check out the armor of the queen. I think queen can give you some more. So let's see the ring. So if I go and to the armor section uh, right here and go to, I think it's in reform, yes. So Queen's equipment set, right. Here, if you see, the helmet gives you offensive damage 5%, so you can go with that. And then the boots also gives you 5% here, so that's again a benefit. So you have actually, hold on, so we have helmet which gives you 5%, then you have leather boots gives you 5%, and I think you also have this uh, ring which gives you 5%, so there's a lot. So we could go with that, and we can actually try to get the damage up here. One thing which I will personally want to do when I'm trying to get that equipment set is to have my hero wear this Queen's equipment set, the whole six of them, and get a cavalry attack bonus of 65%. So my Lord can still be having the Archangel set, but my hero uses the Queen set, and let's see how that works out. That I think will balance out the attacks very well, but we got to see. So well, yeah. Okay, so I think we covered most of it, if not all, in terms of how to increase the stats around offensive damage reduction and the offensive damage. So try this out. Again, it's not a must to have all of this done. It's up to us. I think the offensive damage here 187, but I think they're saying the total offensive damage can be increased from 187 into 1.1. So that's basically the, I think, the equipment research. Anyhow, even 187 is high, and you actually can do a lot here. Uh, I think they're talking about the Warhammer Hero. So in a non-rally siege, it can give you 10 to 25% more. So yeah, you can get that, of course. Uh, so that will increase both your damage, offensive damage, and reduction. But for a rally, having a offensive damage high and offensive damage reduction high will really help you out. So I hope hope this helps. Try it out. Try to increase as much as you can, slowly and steadily, and see how that impacts your battle, both defensive and, I mean, here it's all attack. So the attack battles, all your siege attacks and all. So tell us more how it goes. Please provide comments to us. Keep watching our videos. We'll keep uploading these videos for you all. Hope this is helping out. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Bye.